over with minutes and I couldn't speak. Like that you're gone, something went wrong. Choked up, you made me feel so small. Now I just need an answer. Why'd you have to go? Please bring me some closure, cause I just need to know. If I wait for you, no one compares to you. I built a life around you. I want you close. How do I move on without your love? I need you close, cause I can't let you go. You never talked about it, said you had to leave. It was over minutes and I couldn't speak. Like that you're gone, something went wrong.
Stricken Soul just subscribed for 62 months.
So small. Now I just need an answer. Why'd you have to go? Please bring me some closure, cause I just need to know. If I wait for you, no one compares to you. I built a life around you. I want you close. How do I move on without your love? I need you close, cause I can't let you go. No, I can't let you go. No, I can't let you go. Cause I can't let you go. drew a heart around both our names. Do you still remember? I held my breath as I watched it fly away. How the times have changed. When did it get so complicated? I stay up every night reading between your lines. Something gets lost in translation almost every time, but I don't wanna fight. No, I'm no good at playing pretend. Wish we could start over again. Yeah, let's get back to the basics and love like we were young.
Hello, everyone. Why is Mel's face not there?
Why is my face not there?
There we go. There it is.
There we go.
I was like, wait a minute. I messed up.
Already, Nerfy? Jeez.
I know. You know how with OBS, if the thing is minimized, OBS doesn't catch it?
Yes.
That's what happened. I had minimized Discord. Now we see your pretty face. Hi.
I don't know about pretty, but hi.
Let's just catch up to chat real quick, and then we'll get right into the juice of things. Let's see. Yes,
Hi,
bring all the
Jess.
pans.
Yes, all of them.
Corn, we talked about that. Sauce is a secret. Secret sauce. What kind of sauce? Off to a great start. Hi, Nisha. You're a cutie as well. Thank you for the compliment. 7-month and a 14-month. Y'all are crazy. Living life. How? Hi, cuties. Hi, tiger. Everyone, and welcome to Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Day of Visibility. How is everyone doing tonight? Meet my co-host right over there, Melstrife. Very beautiful.
Oh,
Even
stop.
if she says no.
Well, you are very beautiful yourself tonight, so.
Why, thank you. So I have a list of questions that Google helped me to make. Because I'm definitely not that great at making questions myself. But yeah. What are you most looking forward to? The questions?
Well, why don't you just mute the stream then?
What doesn't who do what now?
So, well, if you read what Ollie wrote, he says it's a trip hearing the whole thing live right next to him, and then a few seconds later on the stream because of the delay. And I was like, well, why don't you mute the stream? And
if he mutes the stream, he doesn't hear me.
I mean, that's valid. Jess, did you get your blizzard? Because you deserve it after what happened.
You
earlier.
do. I agree.
And I literally was crying for you.
That was angry. Yeah. Didn't say hi. Baby Soul isn't feeling too well. That's okay. Take care of Baby Soul. Yes. Hope they feel better soon. Anywho, are you ready to get in the gist of it?
Oh well. That's that. Lint chocolate's good too, Jess. And yes, I am ready whenever you are, Nerps.
Sounds good. First question. Might be a little bit of a tough one already. It's great. What does being pan mean to you?
Oh God. Well, I mean, obviously it means, doing unholy things with all of the pots and pans in my kitchen.
Of course. Can't skip the pots and pans.
I mean, if you ask other people that literally think that that's what it means, and I'm like,
I know.
No.
So often.
No.
So often.
All the time. Literally all the time. But let me hear your answer to it, Nerves. Like, I'm interested.
To me personally, it just means that regardless of anyone's gender, obviously, I love who I love. I love their souls, I love their personality, their values, morals, that kind of thing. First and foremost, before the rest of the gist of it.
Well, I mean, that's basically like the definition of it. Like
Yeah.
the way I describe it to people, I saw this on a T-shirt once, but it
Oh.
perfectly like identifies it. But it says hearts, not parts, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. It's like just
There's
like
been
you
some bad
going-
connotations with that one, as far as I've heard. Let me go double check, but I know I've heard some bad connotations on that one.
Oh, really?
Why is hearts not parts bad? Yeah, when I was looking up to make these questions,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, no. Because apparently it invalidates other orientations. So the phrase implies that people who identify as gay, lesbian, or bisexual are shallow and only care about physical traits or genitals. It also ignores pansexual attraction to bodies, and mistakenly reduces pansexuality to purely emotional or soul-based attraction, ignoring that pansexual can still feel physical, sexual, and aesthetic attraction.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
So that's why that one has a bad connotation. I didn't know about it either, that it had a bad connotation, until I started looking up these questions. So I was like, huh, that's
I was
kind
gonna
of
say I had
interesting.
no idea. Yeah, I didn't know that before.
Yeah, so I'm glad we got to it here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what this whole thing's about. So I'm glad I learned something about that, so that I know not to say that anymore.
Sure. But it does, to an extent, it still kind of reflects a lot of what you were, like, if you don't take it that literally, it kind of reflects still what pansexuality is. There's also sapiosexuality. What is that one?
I have never heard of that before.
Me neither. Like, I've been myself for 3 years now, and I'm still learning on a daily basis, it feels like, and I'm sure that I've forgotten a lot of what I have actually learned.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like back when I was in high school and college, I was more like, involved in the community. Yeah. And so I guess you could say I was more like up to date on like, new words and definitions and things like that at the time. But ever since I've been out of college, especially moving to a new country, I am not involved. Like, I'm not really involved in the community much at all, or at least the local community. So, there are new words popping up all the time, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, and it feels like at this point where there's new words that are added on so quickly too, just because the language is evolving so quickly.
That too.
Second question, and chat, feel free to ask any questions that you may have as well, please. Mm-hmm. It's not just our questions that we've prepared, but anyone else that has questions, feel free to answer them. No, feel free to ask them. My lord. Where am I today?
Depending on how personal they are, may or may not answer them, but...
True.
We'll
All
see.
right. Pansexuality is often confused with pan-romantic. How would you explain the difference?
Well, good question, because, I mean, I guess I don't even really understand what pan-romantic means.
Okay. So pan-romantic is more emotional side of things than pansexuality. Pansexuality is mostly focused, like you said earlier, on parts, while romantic is more on the emotional aspect of it.
Okay.
If that makes sense?
It does. It's just like...
Because a pan-romantic, which is a pan person, can still be asexual and not want sex, right?
Right.
So that's why there's a difference.
Yeah, got you. So what was the question?
Pansexuality is often confused with pan-romantic. How would you explain the difference?
Well, I mean, kind of like you said, it's like, for, people who also identify as like asexual, they may be more comfortable identifying as like pan-romantic, because it fits them better.
I'd say I'm both, probably.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah. Oh wait, you say you're both?
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably both.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one for me to answer,
That's fair.
honestly.
There's also sapiosexuality, which is apparently attraction to intelligence. Interesting. Which, fair. Fair. Third question then. The phrase gender blind is often used to describe pansexuality. How do you feel about this term? Does it resonate with your experience?
I've never heard of that term either. Hold on, let me Google that one for myself. I've never heard of that before.
This is now a learning stream.
It really is. It was what, gender blind?
Gender blind.
Okay.
You know what the term colorblind means in terms of like race?
So I assume it's the same
kind of
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Refers to the practice of disregarding gender as a meaningful social category. Okay. So, well, let me answer that with kind of like I learned this like in school when we were learning about like, you know, colorblind when it came to race. And like my college professor said something that really stuck with me about that term, which is that it completely invalidates like a part of who someone is, which makes absolute sense. So it's kind of the same way when it comes to like, you know, gender, because for some people their like sexual orientation is, well, for I think most people actually, sexual orientation is, it's a part of who they are. Same when it comes to like gender, you know, especially I think especially in the trans community, like, you know, what someone identifies as what their gender is. So by like, you know, so with the whole like gender blind thing, it's you're invalidating a part of who someone is.
Yes.
And I get that it's to eliminate like bias, as they say, but like I just don't like it. I don't like that term now that I've heard of it.
Fair.
And
does it resonate with your experience now that you know what the word is? If you go in your past, does it?
No, because I've never heard the term. Well, it's like I said, I've never heard the term gender blind.
Yeah.
But one thing that I get hit with a lot when I explain to someone what pansexuality is, if they've never heard of it before, they're like, "Oh, so the same thing as bisexual," and I'm like, "No."
Not
and then
quite.
You have to go,
no.
Yeah, and then you have to go into this whole explanation as to why they're different.
Yeah.
So
which can be a very fun conversation,
yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes. So that's been mostly my experience. Like I said, I never heard of gender blind before, but I get compared to like bisexuals all the time. Which, yes, originally like I did identify as bisexual until I learned what pansexuality was and learned more about myself and all that fun stuff.
Labels evolve, and so does your own labels, if you even want to attribute labels to yourself.
Exactly, and that's the other thing. I've always like when I talk to like, I guess you could say younger people, you know, because I'm so old over here. You know, I tell them, I'm like, well, why do you need to put a label on yourself? Like, I get that, you know, it might make you more comfortable, like society wise, you know, and stuff like that. But I personally don't see why you need to like put yourself in a box or any of that.
Fair enough. I'll answer. You can ask that question, and I'll give my own answer to that question as you ask your question. I mostly agree with you, honestly. Like, it's a bad term in this specific instance. There we go. In this specific instance, it's a bad way to describe pansexuality because, like you said, it completely invalidates people's genders, and it invalidates the pansexual and panromantic experience. And does it resonate with my experience? Also no on my end. How do you feel about people who default to gender-neutral language? So that's more of a trans question than a pansexual question, I feel.
I like that question, though. I like that question.
I still do like that question. I personally, because it does differ from person to person, I personally prefer a gender neutral language over like if you don't know the gender of someone, especially in that instance. So defaulting to a they them pronoun, because honestly that's how we usually say someone's pronouns before we meet them anyways. So let's say you're going to see Dr. Smith, you're going to say they are if you don't know if it's a he or a she or in between. So I personally really do approve of gender neutral language.
Yeah, same. Like, at my last job, I actually worked with a couple people who were transgender. So, like, when a new person came in and we weren't sure what their gender was, of course, we usually would, default to gender neutral language, or when I had a chance, if it was just like me and that person, I'd be like, oh, what pronouns do you prefer? And then we go from there. And the only thing about my workplace, when it came to gender neutral language, is some people were older, and I wouldn't say not like accepting of the community, but not as
proactive.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Not as proactive about it. And so, I would be that person where if I heard them like misgendering like the new person because they don't know what their pronouns are, I'd be like, hey, this person actually prefers these pronouns, or you could also use they them pronouns,
if you're unsure.
Exactly. And I did notice that some of them did actually listen to me and take my advice and stuff like that. So I was happy about that. But yeah, I try to use gender neutral language if I'm not sure.
That's usually the best approach. You include both just because you both kind of fit in that space more so than you do. Fair. That's completely fair. But yeah, generally it's the safer bet is gender neutral language. Some might disagree with my opinion, and that's okay, but generally it's safer. You're gonna offend a lot less people typically than if you use your own pronouns. Excuse me. When did you first realize that pansexual was the label that best fit your identity?
Geez. I had a feeling this question was going to come up, so I was like, I was thinking about it. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Oh God. Oh God, Strix, that's terrible.
Oh my God, I'm not sure if it's that. Awesome, if calling up people a best. Not sure if that's better.
So I first heard the term pansexuality in high school.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so I was in high school. Let's see, I graduated in 2008. So it was probably around like 2006. I think first heard it.
10th grade or so.
So that's when I started getting involved in like the Gay Straight Alliance at my high school, and learning about everything else in between. Yes, exploring that whole part of me. So when she explained to me like what pansexual was, because most of us had never heard it before, she kind of put it in like a very black and white, like basic definition of that. She really doesn't care what's in like someone's pants.
Yeah.
And
it's like you said earlier, heart, not souls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
hearts, not parts, not souls. Oh my God.
Right.
Never mind me.
No, I know what you meant. So at the time, I didn't think that really fit me, because at the time, like I was actually questioning at the time whether I was bisexual or lesbian, because I felt way more sexual attraction to women than to men, and I was in female only relationships for like a number of years.
Really? Okay.
My first 3 relationships were all women. So I was
what changed?
Yeah, that's the thing. I was questioning. I'm like, am I into men and women, or just women, or what? And then it was in college that I actually met a guy who, like, there's a whole big backstory as to why, like, he was actually like very important in my life, but I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other story. but I was of course attracted to him, and I was like, okay. And it was also in college that I was I went to a very big college with tons of people. So of course, it was in my sociology classes that I met a lot of trans people on campus. And
Okay.
I became friends with them, and actually did have an online romantic relationship with someone who was transgender. And it was kind of through all of those experiences that I was like, okay, like maybe pansexuality is actually what resonates with me, because I did not care what someone looked like, because that's what I also want in a partner as well. I don't want them to really think about because I of course never think I'm cute or pretty or anything like that. So I just want someone who is into my personality more than anything, because I think that's more important. And
I agree.
That's when I kind and then and of course thinking about it, I was like, I don't really care, because I thought about it. I was like, okay, well, what if what if one of my girlfriends turned around and said, hey, I am actually a transgender person, are you okay with that? And I of course would totally be fine with that. So being able to answer that question of if the person I'm with turns around and says that, if I'm okay with that. And I kind of came to the conclusion that I would be, especially if I deeply care about that person, which obviously I wouldn't be dating them if I didn't.
So what you're saying is if Ollie's trans, you're okay with that. Got it.
Yes, I would be. I would be.
Being surprised by your comments, the most surprising thing so far tonight? Nah.
No,
on my on my end, that's also a good question, because the thing is that I was fully introduced, I guess, to the LGBTQIA2S+ fairly late in my life. Mm-hmm. So early on in our relationship, David and I explored things sexually.
Okay.
And that's when the ball kind of started rolling in me and be like, there's something going on there.
Okay.
Butt stuff. I'm talking about butt stuff, okay?
Okay. Well, I knew what you were talking about, but I wasn't going to out you like that.
I mean, I've said this so many times on stream, it's fine.
Well, you also say you're such an open book, so, go for it. Exactly.
I am. So that's what kind of got the ball rolling, and then as I got more, especially once I started streaming. Once I started streaming, that's really what opened the world for me, because I come from a small town, so there was maybe one gay person in the entire town, it felt like at the time.
Oh, wow.
So there wasn't really any references, I guess I could say, of people that could introduce me to the oh my god, I'm at a loss for words. Good job, me. To the LGBT plus, to the community. Oh my god, community is the word I was looking for. My lord. So once I started wanting to be a better ally, I, of course, decided to read on trans first, and here we are here now with me being who I am. But that also introduced me to wanting to learn more about as much as I could at the time. So when I read about pansexuality, I was like, that kind of fits.
Yeah. So you pretty much identified as pansexual after you came out as trans as well?
Fully,
or was it
yes.
Before that? Okay.
Yeah, I knew something was going on, but I didn't know the proper terms for it.
Yeah. Well, because I remember on your Twitch profile, I remember I was reading it one day, and you had changed it to Pan, and I was like, I never knew that Nerpy identified that way. So
give or take, that's probably around the time I figured it out.
Yeah. Well, because you were also identifying as trans at the time, so
yeah.
Right, it was shortly before you made the big announcement and stuff, but
pretty much. And my pansexuality is not anything that I've really like I didn't come out as pansexual as much as I came out as trans, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Listening to a little girl. Hope you're well, gamers. We're doing good. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hi, Debbie.
Sorry, I have my mix it up off because I didn't want to have all the clip shoutouts to go through each and every time. So if the mods want to do /shoutouts, you're more than welcome to. Please do not do the exclamation point shoutout for the time being. Because otherwise we're going to hear everyone with the clip under me, and that detracts from what we're doing right now. Yeah. But how are you? Glad you're doing good. What was your personal coming out journey like? Did you use other labels first before settling on pansexual? Which you kind of answered that a little bit earlier.
Yes, but I haven't. But I can't. I can expand on it. I came out as bisexual when I was 16. My parents I came out to a little bit later, obviously. Yeah, and that didn't go over great.
I remember you talking about it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. My mom thought I was just, saying it because like all my friends were coming out, and so thought I was doing it just to like, fit in kind of thing. Yeah. And I was upset that she told, my dad rather than me telling him. But my dad was great, and he's like you know me. He's like, I just want you to be happy as long as you're not doing anything to endanger yourself. Like I love you, which is why I'm such a daddy's girl. I'm not gonna lie, my dad's great. And then it was a few years later that I started identifying as pansexual, and the way I came out about that was just kind of the most random thing, because I felt like I was coming out all over again, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
But it was obviously a lot easier because by this time, like a few years had gone by, and my parents had finally kind of accepted the fact, like, okay, yeah, she's like into girls and guys, like whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting in the living room with my dad. And I was like, oh, so, by the way, I don't identify as like bisexual anymore. I'm pansexual. And then, of course, had to go into the whole explanation. As to why it's different. But honestly, he didn't care. Like, by then, both me and my sister were out and open about our sexual orientations. And, for
your
him,
sister's also queer. Got it.
Yes. One of my sisters is also queer. So, she, so my dad didn't care. To him, it wasn't really much different.
That's fair. Hey, Mars, how are you? Yeah. Pen represent me too. Yay! Welcome to the conversation.
Yay, another one.
Yeah, Mel and I are just having a conversation on pansexuality for Pan Day of Sexuality. My lord, I have sex on the mind, apparently.
Apparently.
Day of Visibility.
You were talking about butt stuff not too long ago.
We were. Monster Match, aka Mars, is also someone that I met over at Miracon. So also draws, same as Devi and a few of the other content creators that I met. I swear, since I've been involving myself more in the local scene, I've met so many Atlantic streamers. It's kind of crazy.
I'm loving all of like your artist friends. Like I was hanging out at Debbie's stream the other day when Ollie raided into her, and some of her merch, Debbie, if you're still here, honestly, big fan of like your merch because it's cute as heck.
I really like the cat with the G20 personally, even if you're not personally into D&D, Debbie.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not that I'm not into D&D. It's not my like big. It's not a big thing for me, but of course, it's a big thing for Ollie. So I try. I still have interest in it, and dice are really nice and pretty and cool.
They are. So, math rocks are the best.
They are, but yeah. So Debbie, big fan of some of your designs, I will say.
And I'm doing good, Afra. How about you?
Yeah. What I meant to say hi, Imperial. How are you?
I just wanted to make sure you were able to get your full story out. Did someone mention math rocks? Yes.
Ollie's a bit of a math rock addict, even though he doesn't want to admit he has a problem.
That's fair. All right. On my end, I kind of briefly touched on it earlier. Now, honestly, for my coming out on pansexuality, it wasn't really that big of a deal. First and foremost, because I came out as trans, which to me is the most important aspect of myself. But also, I am in a fully committed relationship. Even if my partner has told me, hey, you know what, if you want to open the relationship, we can. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm happy with what I am. So it's not... I'm not out looking for other relationships, really, right? Not in that kind of relationship anyways. So my coming out was just like, here, I'll add the tag on Twitch, and here I'll have my pan flag planet behind me, and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
And not many people have commented on it more so than that. Like you said, you yourself had like noticed it, but you hadn't really like asked me more questions about it either.
Right. Which, I mean, at the same time, that's also not something I just come out and ask somebody either.
Some people do.
I know, and I think those people are weird and rude in some aspects, so...
It's like all the people asking trans people what's in their pants. It's great.
Yeah. Yep.
Doing a bit further than the abysmal shift. I'm sorry. So work on your Mandalorian helmet now. Yay! Excuse me. So we briefly touched on the topic earlier. How do you explain your sexuality to friends, family, or colleagues who may not be familiar with the term pansexual?
Well, I mean, well, like you said, I touched on it with having to explain it to like my family and stuff like that. The only person I don't think I've ever had to explain it to, funny enough, was my sister.
Oh, nice.
Because like me and my sister, the queer sister, my other sister's straight. But like, me and my sister asked me like, hey, could we go get dinner? This was many years ago. She's like, hey, can we like go out and like get dinner? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she only asks me that if she wants to talk about something.
Okay.
So it was during that dinner that she told me that she thought that she was also like not straight, but she didn't want to like say like bisexual or lesbian or whatever because she wasn't sure either. Which is of course exactly
she was
what
exploring.
I went through.
She was questioning.
Exactly.
There we go.
Yeah,
questioning is the term.
Yes, you are right. But pretty much the exact same thing I went through. And it was during that time that I said to her, I was like, well, I actually, I've actually come to terms with the fact that I'm a different sexuality than what I told you. And, I'm pansexual. And she knew what it was right away.
Nice.
That she
was questioning. So she was searching on her own, right?
Yeah, and she of course was part of the community at the time, like I think she must have been in high school at the time. So she was of course part of the gay and lesbian community in the high school, which is great. So she'd probably heard the term there.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, there was, funny enough, It was a lesbian couple at a bar that I was at.
Okay.
And I can't remember how my sexuality came up, but I told them that I was pansexual, and both of them had never heard of it before.
Wow.
So I had to explain it to them. And surprisingly, they gave me the bisexual answer. Surprisingly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
not everyone is informed within the community.
Yeah,
you learn something new every day too.
Yeah, which is that's fair, and they were older,
Yeah.
But that was a very interesting experience, and I don't mind like explaining it to people.
Yeah.
It's just when people just don't seem to like get that there is a difference that annoys me.
Yeah. And I can honestly understand that. On mine, it's mostly once someone learns of their own labels, sometimes they stop there and don't necessarily explore other labels as part of the issue too.
Right. Yeah.
Because technically speaking, I'm 100% sure that there is a term that better explains my specific type of pansexuality too. Because I'm more of a sapphic-leaning pansexual.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Whereas I'm right there with you. Yeah. You know, I mean, well, both you and I are in like committed relationships with someone of the opposite sex. So.
Yeah. And on my end, as to how do explain my sexuality to family, friends, and colleagues, I haven't really had to. Just again because I haven't really done anything to come out as pansexual, more so than like a quick Facebook retweet or something like that. So I didn't get many questions, and if I do get questions, it's usually within the community, which already know what pansexuality is. On my end, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I still get like those people that, you know, have never heard of it before, and that's fine. I just explain it to them quickly. I actually had to explain it to like Ollie, I think shortly after we like met, when we were just like friends at the time, because I don't think he totally understood what it meant. Like he had heard it, and so, you know, and I gave him, of course, like, you know, a definition that he better understood what it was after.
Yeah. And you're pretty sure I was more surprised by your bluntness since you were a leave of absence from all things Twitch, which you know is rude, but nerds know you've always been a very direct person. And like I said on mine, I've always been a very open book. So like I don't mind answering the really awkward questions, but I'll be like, don't ask this to another trans person, please and thank you.
Yes. Which, let me say, like, I'm so, like, you know, well, one, I'm proud of you for, you know, being open and transparent and all that stuff. But I also, you know, thank you for that, because there are things that I want to ask, but I'm too afraid to ask. But, well, one, you and I are very close friends, so I feel comfortable asking those things. But you've also said, like, I'm an open book, ask me whatever, you're not going to offend me. So I do thank you for, you know, being one of those people, for, you know, people like me that have genuine curiosity, not too personal, like, or anything like that, but, you know, genuine curiosity about things, and you've been very open about that. So I do thank you for that.
Of course. So now stop your anxiety and ask me all your dirty questions, okay?
Maybe not in this stream, but you know, maybe off stream, you know.
That's fine. The tism is you and strong is the tism in you is strong in you. You don't know the difference. Fair. Have you found it challenging to find safe spaces and representation within the broader LGBTQ plus community?
See, that's a tough one for me to answer, especially having recently moved to Canada.
Fair. On past experience, then.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say, when I think it may have not been the first time I came here. I don't remember. But sorry.
You're fine.
Ollie did bring me to this section of Toronto, which is kind of known as the gay village.
Nice.
And
thank you, Holly, for keeping your girlfriend safe.
I instantly felt at home there, and I love it there. Sorry, Ollie's being you know, he's being himself over there, and I'm dying.
Of course, that's fine.
But
I had to reset my camera anyways. It's all good.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, it was for, I think, our 1-year anniversary that he also planned to take me back to the gay village, which because he knows I love it there so much. So I will say that I do feel very comfortable in that section of like Toronto in particular. And so back home, like I'm for those that don't know, like I'm from the States. I lived in Connecticut, and I was very fortunate to live in Connecticut because Connecticut is a very liberal-leaning state.
Okay, nice.
Where
at the very least,
where we have very where we do have like rules and laws protecting women and LGBTQ people, and we were one of the first like 5 states to legalize gay marriage, I think.
Oh, nice.
I want to say, I could be wrong, but yeah, we were, I think, like we did have civil unions for a while, and then became one of the first few states to legalize gay marriage and stuff like that. So I was very fortunate to grow up in that state. And my high school did have a gay straight alliance club, so I felt very like safe and open, being out about it at my high school. Yeah, I was bullied more so about my weight more than anything.
And I was more so bullied on my height, so I get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't get a lot of boys that are 5 feet tall that are easily bullyable. Because you have to remember, I was a guy at the time, so guys bully physically people that are smaller than them.
True. Whereas girls, we mostly just talk behind each other's backs, and that's
yep, pretty much.
It's pretty bad too. But anyway,
it can be.
Yeah, in college, like I felt safe in college. Like I didn't have a whole lot of friends in college, honestly, and I wasn't super involved in the the LGBT community in college. I did go to some events and stuff that they had on campus, and I was totally open about who I was, but I wasn't as involved. But I felt safe because it was actually a very big thing at my college. There was actually like a whole center dedicated to the LGBT community at my college campus, which was great. But as an adult, I just felt safe on Twitch, surprisingly. Yes, I have gotten hate comments. But the great thing about being a streamer is that you can just delete those people out of your life instantly. Talk shit about them with your friends, because all your friends are like, who was that asshole? And then you move on with your life. So being on Twitch and being being a content creator and being able to do that kind of empowered me to, be open about it.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to. And being in Canada, I still feel safe. Because this country is very large. This city especially, and
how big is Toronto?
Yeah, and no one really cares.
Yeah.
Or they're usually it. From what I've seen, there's a very large supportive community here.
It's a bigger city. It makes sense. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Strix says that Connecticut was the second state in 2009. MA was first in 2008.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I knew we were one of the first.
If you were here, you'd put me on your shoulders and make us wear a trench suit and hit below the belt with your legs. Oh my lord, please. Multiple shorter people than me. I know a few people shorter than me too. I'm not saying that there's not people shorter than me personally, but generally, especially in high school, shorter people, fatter people tend to get more easily bullied than other people.
Normal people.
I was trying not to say normal people because that normalizes that kind of language.
Well, I put it in quotes, but
fair. On my end, if I find it challenging, honestly, no, not so far. Like, for me, I realized it while I was already here on Twitch.
Mhm.
So basically, I was already kind of around communities that were already very accepting.
Okay.
'Cause
Well,
the
building
community.
building on the question.
Hmm?
I have a question for you. Building on this, because I
Sure.
know that you said at your workplace, they're very open and accepting and
Yes.
and stuff like that. So how long have you been at your workplace, and were they always like accepting of these things, or did it kind of happen as time went on?
I can get into that. Yeah,
Okay.
so just to finish what I was saying, yeah, here on Twitch, like I was already within accepting communities, so it didn't really feel unsafe to come out. Like I've actually gotten more hate from my own family than here on Twitch. And then after that, I came out at work. So I essentially how it all worked out. I realized in give or take February 3 years ago, so 3.5 years. Well, maybe not 3.5, but close to three and three. There you go. 3 years, 3 months. So I figured out I was trans, and then I came out to my partner. I came out to my mom-in-law, obviously, because she lives with us, and
Right.
then I came out to a few of you here on Twitch without fully coming out yet. Mel, you were being one of the first. And then in October of that year, a few months after that, I came out to my parents. And then on Trans Day Visibility 2 years ago, 2 years, 3 months, whatever, I came out fully on Twitch to everyone. And then June of that next year, I came out at work. And work is honestly really accepting. Like even before I came out, they already had a specific HR department that is specifically to help not only trans people, but other people out of the LGBTQIA2S+ community to come out at work if needed. Yeah, no, it's really like... I contacted HR, and HR was like, okay, let me bring you to that other person in HR that takes care of this specifically. And then we also have, other than that one person, we also have like a head of DEIB, which helps to inform workers on the different members of the community, as well as women's rights and everything else in between. So it's not just the LGBTQIA2S+ that's represented at work, but literally people of color, women. Like it's really expansive at my place of work. So I wasn't really that stressed in coming out. It's really impressive, yeah.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, I've never heard that before. That's impressive. Yeah.
So last year, excuse me. Last year they conducted an interview with me, and I answered questions, and then they wrote kind of an article about it and posted it on our website, Pure Litter specific website, which was accessible to the public as well as internally. And then this year I'm doing something similar, except it was a like clips of videos that they're going to clip different people within the community to do like a one whole big video of people answering questions. And then I'm also going to be part of a internal this time launch of an employee resource group called the Pride Network that I'm a part of. That its aim is basically to inform other people within the company of the different aspects of the LGBTQIA2S+, as well as trying to get better healthcare for, say, trans individuals with our insurance.
Wow.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to say, your workplace is like head and shoulders above like everyone else that I've heard about. Because I mean, I know my company, you know, didn't have my old
Yeah.
company didn't have any kind of, you know, special department when it
Yeah.
came to, you know, LGBTQ plus people. And honestly, like when it came to like harassment and stuff like that, would just try to sweep it under the rug anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fact that
It's-
like your workplace is actively has like I should could say like an
Learning.
organization within it, yeah, to like teach like, you know, everyone that like works there about it, that's very impressive. And
It
I
is.
think other companies can definitely take notes for sure.
What you have to think too is that Pure Layer is a lot bigger too. Because sure, we're here important here domestically in Canada, but it also has an international department too. So it's like a pretty
Okay.
big company. So
Right.
it has more funds, I guess, to be able to help learning and representation and everything else in between.
Well, it's also good that they want to use the funds for that
Yes.
purpose.
Yes, I agree.
Because we know how corporations are.
Very much so.
Yes. Hi, Zilla.
You were the premier target for people for bullying, trans, costumer, socially awkward, and love of cons and film targeted. A lot of nerds. Excuse me. A lot of nerds and geeks get bullied as well, which I was also. So I was doubly bullied on multiple sides. So again, I get it. Hi, Zilla. How are you? All right, ads are about to play in 3 minutes. Did you want to take a break, or did you want to just keep trucking through?
Yeah, no, we can take a break. Yeah, I could use a potty break and stuff while ads run.
Sounds good. See you in 3 minutes.
All right, see you in 3 minutes.
See you all in 3 minutes, people. Love you. right, we're back. Thank you all for your patience. A little bit different having to pay attention to the ads myself instead of hearing my voice being like, hey, listen, ads are starting.
I noticed that didn't play.
Yeah, because I don't have Mix It Up turned on right now.
Ah.
Because I didn't want the auto shoutouts and everything else going through. The billing got so bad for you that you had to call RCM. Okay, I'd never had to get to that point, though. You could not walk down the hall without people taking videos and pictures of your ass, and the school admin where you went notoriously sucks and it won't do anything. Fuck people. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say to that one.
Yeah, you better believe that if a girl wore a spaghetti strapped shirt, they would have been all over that.
Oh yeah, of course. I wouldn't be able to wear what I'm wearing right now anyways. That's for sure.
Yeah, probably same. God forbid, a boy see my shoulders. Oh man, he won't be able to concentrate the rest of the day.
I know. Look, my bra strap is right here. Fuck's sakes. So bad.
Yep.
So bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, we're about halfway through the questions I prepared.
Okay.
So I think we're doing decent. I think.
I think so.
And again, chat, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just our show here. Ask all the questions. How does pansexuality impact how you approach dating, relationships, or your type? You would have more to say on that one because you realized much sooner than I have and weren't in a committed relationship.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. My dating history is it's quite colorful. So although I guess that's kind of, I guess that kind of explains the whole pansexuality part. But let's see. I'm trying to think. Well, in terms of dating, I've dated 4 women and 3 men.
Pretty good spread.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. Well,
it's a hard question.
Well, no, because I'm trying to think. Because when I came, I dated 4 of them when I was when I started calling myself pansexual, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it 3 of them? All right, we'll say 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say 3. So it was 2 men and 1 woman.
Mm-hmm.
After I came out as pansexual.
Okay.
And let me think. Well, how to talk about this? So all of them, nobody had any issues with it.
Yeah.
The girl I dated actually was also pansexual.
Okay.
And
that helps.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I didn't have to, explain all that. And the two men were straight.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say I had a type per se.
Okay.
Because I mean, I feel like, being pansexual, it's not about having, well, at least for me, it's not about having a type. It's if I vibe well with somebody. Because this isn't something I talk about a lot, but I am also an empath, and I'm very empathic, and so so when it comes to relationships,
even I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't talk about it a lot. But it does explain a lot about me. But so when it comes to meeting people and and things like that, I go off based of the vibes and the aura that they give off. And it was very telling when my aunt actually also said that she was an empath, because I did not realize that, and she was the same way when it came to people. She's like, I go based off vibes. She's like, if I don't like the vibes that they're giving off, sorry, but and usually she was right about those people, as was I.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really say I had a type. It was if I got good vibes off somebody, and if someone, gave off good energy and stuff like that, which is part of why like me and like Ollie have such a good relationship, because there's something about him that just calms my entire nervous system.
He is just generally a pretty calm and composed person. That probably helps.
I mean, there's that, yeah, but I don't know. There's just something about being around him that my whole body gets just is able to relax for once in my life.
Nice.
Yes, which is very nice.
Nice.
But I wouldn't say my sexual orientation really like had anything to do with the people that I was with, per se.
That's valid.
No.
And unfortunately, like I said, on my end, I only realized it recently, and I am not in the dating game at all right now. So it doesn't really like pertain to me as much, unfortunately. There are some questions that to me it's like I'm in a 15-year relationship at this point. And I only realized I was pan like 2.5 years ago, maybe. Then you have me, the person who loves Star Wars costuming, and most outfits are baggy hoodies and baggy pants. I mean, baggy hoodies and baggy pants is what I lived by up until a few years ago, so I get it.
That has literally been my style almost every day that I have been here in Canada.
Nice. It's something that's very prominent in trans communities, of people wearing baggy hoodies and baggy pants even before they realize they're trans, because they don't necessarily realize the bodily discomfort they have.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Your pen, and first and foremost for you, is personality, and outlook. The package they come in as a bonus. Pretty much the same. Yeah. That's one of the questions that we kind of had earlier.
I like that answer, Zilla. I like that.
I do too. Alright, so sorry, took a sip of water. There's a common misconception that pansexual... I can't talk.
Take your time.
Take 3. There's a common misconception that pansexuality implies non-monogamy or polyamory. How do you navigate these stereotypes in your daily dating life?
I love that one.
I figured you would love this one.
Consider like, I feel like I am until like a year or so ago, I was that walking stereotype, because
you really were, yeah.
I was also poly.
I figured you would love this question.
Yes. Not only that, but before I was like polyamorous, in college and high school, when people heard pansexual, they thought, polyamory. And so before then, whenever someone would say that, me and my other friends that were pansexual, we got offended by that, because it's like, no, just because we like all different genders and people doesn't mean that we're dating all of them.
No.
They're not the same thing. And then and then I started and then I came out as poly many years ago.
You did, yeah. And, I remember that.
So I was that walking stereotype for a little bit. And then it was like a year or so ago, that me and Ollie were talking, and I said to him, I'm like, I don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. I'm like, I'm very happy with you. I don't even look at anyone else. I'm like, I just want this relationship like with you.
Yeah.
which, well, I mean, I guess that goes to show like how great a person he is. But
It does.
but like but I mean, I guess this evolves into a broader topic, but like it also shows that, like, people can always like change and evolve, and
Yes.
one label they have one day may not be the label that they think they are the next day. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of
I-
touched on that earlier when you were saying, "Oh, I'm bi," and then, "Oh, wait, I learned about pansexuality that reflects me more."
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I tried living the poly lifestyle for a little bit, and it turned out not to be for me. And well, I don't know about the person I was dating when, I was in this poly relationship, but she made it sound that it wasn't for her either. So trying and experimenting things, it's part of the journey. And
Yep.
but in terms of that like misconception, I hate it. I've always hated it.
It's such a bad misconception. I hate it too.
Yeah. So I mean, so I haven't had anyone say that to me in quite some time.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thankfully.
Back before I tried like the poly lifestyle and stuff like that, whenever someone would say that to me, yeah, I got angry about it, and I made sure they
That's
knew
fair.
about it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Zilla says, "Be me and just be Polly."
Well, Zilla, like I do not hate on anybody who is, not at all. I lived it for a little while, and it's just not for me. I'm very happy in the monogamous relationship that I'm in now.
Yeah. On my end, it's not a misconception I've had to try to explain or navigate at this point. Mostly, again, because I've been involved in communities that know what pansexuality is in the first place. And I haven't had to explain it to... Like, I haven't even come out to my parents as pansexual directly, right? So I haven't had to explain these kinds of things to other people. My mom my mom-in-law considers herself a pansexual as well. So didn't have to explain it. Yeah, she's been with both men and women.
Oh, nice. All right. See, we're all learning new things.
Exactly. You're aware. Could you rewrite that, Millie, please? Because I'm reading it, I'm like, this does not compute in my brain.
I'm assuming she's saying that she's heard and is aware of what pan is, but is like still, learning about the fight.
Okay.
Or more
And
details about
I'm
it.
still learning. That's what it is, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, I think you're right. I was reading it, I was like, huh? Well, if you have any questions, Millie, now's the time. That's what we're here for tonight.
Yep.
Can you share how your pansexuality plays into relationships with people who are cisgender, transgender, or non-binary?
Well, I can't say there have been any negative experiences.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, except for like those assholes that like come on Twitch. Like I remember. I remember. I think you were there for them, actually, Nerpy. I know.
Oh, someone had made a comment about your flag in the background, I think.
No, not that.
Not that one? Okay.
No, I was playing Bug Snacks. and I'm just minding my own business playing Bug Snacks, and this guy comes in, and he was like, "Oh, I was gonna sub to you until I realized you were gay." And I was like,
"Oh, right, yes."
I was like, "Okay," so we banned that asshole right away. And
yeah, we did.
We talked shit about him for the next 15 minutes, and I was like, "Bro,
we
I
went
don't
on a
want
rant.
your,
We did.
Yeah, I was like, "Dude, I don't want your $5. Like, you can keep it. Like, get out of here." Yeah,
burn them in fire. I agree, Debbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on a rant for like
Debbie.
15 minutes about him.
Yeah, but I know that people do that to just get a rise out of you. I don't care because I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna talk shit about you, And, you know, if that gets you off, good for you. But, you know, it's my channel and I'm going to do what I want to feel better.
Exactly.
So, and it's not like I say, and it's not like, you know, I don't give them the rise that I think they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, which is to go on some like big like
kind of
rant or even like, you know, make myself like feel bad about myself because oh gosh, this random person on the internet like, you know, doesn't like me because of my sexual orientation. Like, why do I give a fuck about you? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, this was this guy's first comment ever.
It was
on my channel. I'm like,
and that
okay.
immediately got insta-ban.
Yeah, exactly. That's an insta-ban, of course. But that was
yeah.
That was quite the time. But
it was. On mine, I usually get attacked for being trans before I get attacked for being pan. Which fair because trans people are getting the massive amount of hate right now.
I have had a couple, like before I lost all this weight, I did have a couple people come after me because I was fat on stream.
Fun.
Yeah, I was like, and literally, like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what year is it that you're literally coming after me?
Right?
Because I'm heavy. Like, are you?
Especially considering we like what 2010 ish is when we went through the phase of body positivity. You can be as fat as you want to be.
Yeah, and I had like, and I was comfortable with who I was at the time. So I mean, they got insta banned after that. But I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, how old are we? Yeah, you're coming after me because I look fat. Like, fuck you.
No,
sorry.
I agree. No, you swear as much as you want. This is an 18+ server. I don't care. Or server.
That's true. But
channel.
yeah. But in terms of like my other relationships with, you know, like straight and like cisgender and all, like, and that it doesn't really matter. It's one of the first things that I tell someone that I'm interested in, because, you know, I'm open about it right from the start. Cause I'm like, if they're not cool with that, then I'm not cool with them.
Yeah.
So it's one of the first things I tell people. I almost never get, you know, like, you know, comments like, oh, well then, you know, never mind or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's always been met with, you know, acceptance, which I've been very grateful for.
Fair enough.
And yeah, so because I've been open with it from the start, it hasn't really affected my relationships in any way. So
fair enough. Divi, when we get hate like that, as soon as they get banned, the first thing you do is ask your whole chat to start reporting the account. Usually within 5 minutes, the account is yeeted from the platform.
Oh, I like that, Devi. I like that.
Oh my god, that is such a good use of your platform. Oh my gosh. Get rid of them completely for everyone. You are a savage.
A friend of mine actually did that for me too. I can't remember what the person said, but my friend, she wasn't a mod at the time, but she's like, well, I instantly reported that person for you. I'm like, oh, well, thank you.
And we appreciate you for it, Devi.
Yeah, that's amazing, Devi. I love that.
Yeah. And I agree, Shay, the weight loss is very noticeable. I agree.
Oh, well thank you, Shay.
I agree with you were pretty too.
Oh, well, thank you. Shay, how have you been? Because I haven't talked to you in forever. I see you in other people's streams, though, so I know what's going on with you. I'm just always, you know, turkey. So, yes. So I mean, I know what's up with Shay. Like, I heard about your promotion and stuff. I think you mentioned it on Ollie's stream.
Nice.
So, you know, we're proud of you for that. That's amazing. But, you know, what else is going on? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope things are good.
Yeah, but yes, Devi, mad respect.
Yes, that's amazing, and I love that, and I am going to do that from now on because
honestly, it's such a good idea.
Yeah, that's great.
On my end, on the question that can you share how your pansexuality plays into relationships with people who are cisgender, transgender, or non-binary, I can personally relate to that because at the time when all this started like really rolling for us, we were both cisgender, right? And so once we both realized we were both trans and David more on the non-binary side of things, Like, it didn't really matter, I guess, because we grew up for 15 years together. We, like, even before we saw each other, like, we were talking on MSN Live, and
Oh,
for like a
damn.
full month. Yeah, we were talking on MSN Live for like a month and a half
That takes me
before.
back. MSN Live.
I
Damn.
know, right?
I feel so old.
Sorry for making everyone old, okay?
Right?
Yeah, we were talking on MSN Live for almost 2 months before he came to visit me at my parents' place. Which is really sketchy, and I'm surprised anyone agreed to do this, because at the time my friend was coming to university here, and David took a drive with that friend coming up to Grand Falls for a weekend, and then on the Sunday when that friend was coming back here to Moncton, David got to drive back here. So the sketchiest of things, of like people trying to kidnap your kids or something, but somehow we made it happen. But
Well,
anyways, back to what
back in the day.
it really was.
Yeah.
But so us being transgender did play a massive part, at least for me, in my pansexuality, because we both loved each other for our personality and our morals and values before anything else, even before actually having met. So, even if I didn't realize I was necessarily pansexual at the time.
Yeah.
AOL is the only thing older. I'm not even sure I know what AOL is. Am I that?
That was America Online. Like you had MSN, but you never used like AIM.
I've heard of AIM, yes.
Yeah, well,
I've never used it, no.
Yeah, I used AIM.
Okay.
And I used MSN Messenger actually too. Like I used all the messengers back in the day.
Yeah, I used MSN Messenger and MSN Live, yeah. I didn't use any of the other ones. Yeah, we did trust each other early on. I agree. Still solo dolo, but in more groups to see what could happen. Nice, Shay. May have had help, but that's how you met Mel, and she didn't know it.
That's it. Yup.
Right, because you snuck here over there first,
Yes,
right?
He came here first with the help of my queer sister. Yes.
Okay.
She
Becca.
She helped get him here.
If I remember. Becca, right?
That was yes. Oh yeah, I forgot. We all know Becca.
Yeah, we all know Becca here.
Yeah, we all know Becca. We love Becca.
We do love Becca.
She's the one that helped get Ollie to Connecticut the first time.
You really did make us all worry so freaking much. My lord. We were all like, fuck you. Congrats on meeting Mel, but fuck you.
I mean, hey, now we're living together, so go figure.
Yes. Yo.
What do you mean I'm too much? How dare you?
Go smack him. You're right next to him. Go smack him.
Oh. I'm not gonna smack him. I love him. To be fair, I am very smart. But I don't know if I would have figured that out, even if I had some kind of, even if he didn't completely throw me off the scent,
That was the most insane heist, honestly.
Yes, heist.
I mean, isn't that a perfect word for it?
I mean, in a way, yeah. The funny thing is, like, when he first got here, they did drive by my house to see if I was still awake, in the middle of the fucking night. So yeah, it's kind of like a heist.
God. That's amazing.
And then he jumped in, and then he was like hiding in the work van. Like it really was like a heist. That
is still so freaking funny to me.
That story is like literally the start of our love story. It's like a movie.
Yo.
It's like a movie.
What is the most frustrating or common misconception you face as a pansexual person?
Well, I was gonna say the polyamory thing, but no, the bisexuality thing.
Mm.
When I explain to someone what pansexual is, if they don't know what it is, and then they think it's the same thing as being bisexual, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it did take me a few years to find a way to explain it or a definition that I could
Yeah.
give people so that they didn't think, so that the first thought in their mind wasn't like, oh, so it's like bisexuality. It's like, no.
Yeah.
They're different things. That and the fact that and when people think that I do unholy things with pots and pans in my kitchen. No, I don't get turned on by a saute
It's
pan.
such a dumb joke. It's such a dumb
like,
joke. I hate it too.
I don't. Well, I've had some people that I actually question if they're being serious or not.
Yeah.
So
thank you for the stretch
what do you
and
mean?
drink
You just
break.
did. But yeah, that's the other one that gets to me. Like when people ask, like, if I get like turned on by like my kitchen like dishes and stuff. It's like, no, like, because I seriously question with those people. It's like, are you being serious or are you fucking with me? So like when that's asked of me on stream, at first, like the first time it happened, I was a little taken aback by it. And I also wasn't as like confident in myself and how I handle myself on stream.
Yep.
Because I don't want to be like a jerk to someone from the get go. You know, I usually, I'm too nice in that aspect. But at the same time, it's like, but now I'll just outright be like, well, are you like, is this a serious question or are you just like messing with me?
Yeah, like I hated that I made that joke earlier. I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna hate myself for it, but there you go, let's do it.
No, I mean, I know your joke, so that's a little different. But it's like when a stranger comes in and that's like their first question, it's like
so bad.
It's a little. It's like, well, first of all, you're not giving yourself a good first impression, and second of all, are you an idiot or are you being a jerk? So.
Yep.
Well,
the kindness you give others, you need to give yourself. True.
Devi, I also get turned on by cheesecake, so I don't blame you.
Get me all the cheesecake, to be honest.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Cheesecake is so good. Now I need a cheesecake. Thank you, Devi.
Oh my god, I would love a cheesecake right now.
Time for us all to order a cheesecake on Uber Eats or something.
Oh my god, yes.
Has anyone in here watched Nosferatu, the remake? No.
Nope.
I don't watch much TV or movies, unfortunately.
Oh, well, actually, well, Nerfy, this is a little different from pansexuality, but since you bring up the whole, like, you know, you don't watch TV kind of thing.
Okay.
I guess, like, are you fine if I, like, switch the subject a little bit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So when I was in college, one of my experiences when it came to the trans community was I was watching a TV show, and it was about a medical practice, and one of the families came in, and their child, the doctors ended up telling the parents that they thought their child had what was it called? Gender dysmorphic disorder.
Okay.
And I know that has now been completely, like, you know,
debunked. Yes.
Yes, exactly. But like, so knowing that was in like a media like outlet in some capacity, like, have you also? Well, I know you said you don't watch much TV, but did you see any other like media or like types of things like that you know framed it that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura has a lovely scene about trans people.
Oh.
Yeah, it's at I don't remember which of the Ace Ventura movies.
No, see, I didn't watch those.
Yeah, and I don't remember like the full story just because it's been so long. But regardless, it's a person that got wronged in some kind of way. And so they had to pose as the opposite gender, and they had like top surgery and everything except bottom surgery. So basically, at the end, when Ace Ventura, who's kind of a pet detective, like who did what to what animal kind of thing, was like, she did it, she's a man, and then looks down in her pants and then makes puking noises to the side. So yes, I have seen bad media for trans representation. But that was kind of the take that trans representation had in the 90s and early 2000s.
True. Yeah. And,
unfortunately.
And and I will say that, I mean, I am happy to see, like, you know, the, I guess, more positive and like correct representations of the community
One
nowadays.
of the best shows for the community that I've seen in recent years is called Sort of.
Okay.
I've
never heard of it, so.
It tells the story of a non-binary Indian person, which in India there's no gender exploration to be had. So it kind of tells their story as they are part of the queer community, open up a gay bar, come out to their parents, and all that jazz. It's a really, really, really good story.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I highly recommend anyone to go see it. And then there was also a very small indie game called One Night Hot Springs that I played on the... I hadn't come out to really anyone at the time when I played it on stream. I think I'd maybe come out to you, Niall, maybe Holly. Like, I hadn't come out to a lot of people when I played that game. And then the other good representation is Tell Me Why. It's also a game. I played that last year.
I feel like you streamed that, right?
I streamed it last year, yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing you play that one.
Yeah. You're watching it now and all you can think is creepy Dracula. Nosferatu is basically a creepy Dracula, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know what scene I was talking about for Ace Ventura, Holly? In modern media, queer and trans representation seems to be getting better, way better in media, with examples like how you saw the TV Glow, as well as queer media becoming more mainstream. Yes, even if the loud minority is very loud, queer media in general has gotten so much better. Mm-hmm. So much better, with like the example that I gave with Sort of, Tell Me Why, One Night Hot Springs, and all those other games and media. So back to the question, what is the most frustrating and common misconception you face as a pansexual person? Again, because I didn't really fully come out, it's not fully applicable to me, but if I were to take a guess, either the explanation, like you said, between bi and pansexuality, that would probably get annoying at some point, and the fuck the pans thing is so dumb to me.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, it's so fucking dumb. I'm like, why?
Have you had anyone ask you that on stream at all?
No one's asked me any questions on my pansexuality. Again, I'd never fully like came out, just added it on tags and had my background in the background, and no one's ever really made a comment on it.
Oh, okay.
At all. So if anyone didn't know I'm pansexual, now's your chance. You know I'm pansexual. Congrats. As we're having a pansexual panel. Yes, panel. Someone made me realize that earlier today. I'm like, fuck's sakes.
So fun. I can't believe we didn't recognize that.
I didn't see it at all. I was like, oh my god. Speaking of trans folk being in old media, do you too feel that Miss Doubtfire is transphobic? I have not seen Miss Doubtfire, unfortunately.
You've never seen it?
No.
Oh.
So I can't really say anything about it, no.
But no, I don't think so.
Oh, you get it now? Panel? Yes. So I personally can't answer that, Blowfish, because I haven't seen it. I've heard good about Miss Doubtfire, but I can't say for sure, like, how in media, how it's represented. Because technically speaking, Miss Doubtfire is supposed to be a cis woman, right?
It's complicated.
Okay. So it's something that I have to see to really understand.
You kind of have to see it, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Didn't know until you said Happy Pansexual Visibility Day. Yes, Lee, hi, welcome in. Yeah, it's Pan Day Visibility today, as well as Pan-romantic. So both pansexual and pan-romantic. Lee is someone in my neck of the woods in the queer New Brunswick Discord.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah. See, I've met so many people now in the last year.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Like I'm so like proud and happy for you, honestly. So great.
It's been wild the past year, like since I started HRT, just how much more involved I've gotten within communities, within the queer New Brunswick Discord, within the queer walk and talk, and also the con and expo scene. I've met so many wonderful people. It's kind of crazy to me.
And I'm so happy about that, because like you were very much like me, like being like a major introvert. So seeing you go to like cons and stuff, like, and having a good time, like makes me like so happy for you.
Yeah, because technically speaking, I am not an introvert. I am an extrovert. It's just I haven't.
Oh, really?
Gone with that extroverted side of me in so long. I'd say I'm more ambivert because I do get energy from both introverted and extroverted. But okay. I'm definitely more on the extroverted side now than I was on the introverted side.
Yeah, I mean, I go out more because Ollie is an extrovert and forces me out of the house.
He's definitely an extrovert.
Yeah, and every time we go out somewhere, it's especially if we go to like a Filipino restaurant or something, he's talking to everybody like he knows them already. So I just sit there confused, thinking that he knows this person, like it's like a member of his family or something. But no, that's just how Filipino all talk to each other. And I'm like, it's just so weird.
Jazzy, one of my friends that I met in the con and expo scene, is somewhat like that, so I get it. That fire is an interesting case growing up, watching it, and then in recent years looking back at it. Okay. It makes me kind of want to take a look at it then. There's a divide in the trans community that it is transphobic and some say it isn't. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, I never knew about that.
Yeah, and because I haven't seen it, I can't really say. Before coming out as pan, before you learn of pan, that is, you can put as bi and you'd had at least one partner fear you'd cheat on them. We kind of talked about that a bit earlier, because one of the questions was, how did the question put it?
If it affected
there's a common misconception that there's a common misconception that pansexuality implies non-monogamy or polyamory. How do you navigate these stereotypes in your dating life? So that is a question we had earlier, Shay, actually.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it, nerds, it is a little bit complicated. No worries. I knew it was Robin Williams. That much I knew. Pretends to be an old lady with full prosthetics to stay with their kids because of a divorce. Okay, so it's more of a drag movie then. Ish.
Yeah, ish.
Okay.
It's definitely one you should check out, I think.
Okay. You'd always viewed Miss Doubtfire as a drag movie? Fair. Haven't heard that take, but you can understand why. Everyone at their... I can't talk tonight. Filipino restaurant knows you. Got it. Just address them with their honorifics. Fair. And his comment made me so mad because it's always so... It really is. It really is, Lee. I agree. Like, bi and pan being so often tied to polyamory is like, no. No, it's not because I'm pan or bi that I'm polyamorous. Like, my partner has literally told me we can open the relationship if you want to. And I'm like, no, I'm happy with where I am right now. Robin Williams, yeah. An absolute goat in comedy. He was. Felt so bad about how he went. I don't remember how he went. Anywho, how do you handle biphobia or panphobia, including the erasure of pansexual experiences? And while Mel thinks, everyone, reminder, you can ask questions too. It's not all these questions that I have. Well, I have a few more lined up.
I mean, I wouldn't say I've experienced like bi or panphobia.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Well, I think my first girlfriend actually was afraid that I would like cheat on her with like a man or something.
That's a kind of biphobia and panphobia. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, I'm loyal to a fault. I don't do that shit. And I mean, she's the one that cheated anyway. But we're not getting into that.
The part that always makes me laugh is oftentimes when people think that their partner is cheating is because they themselves are cheating, and it's like, oh my god, it happens so often. I know it's not an end all be all, it's not definitive, but it happens so often. It's like, what the fuck?
Yep. But other than that, I don't think I've really had anyone like, have an issue with, the fact that I like both, or well, not both. But,
all genders.
Yes. And then what was the second part of the question?
Including the erasure of pansexual experiences.
Oh. I don't know if I really have anything to say to that, but I do find it interesting.
I mean, technically speaking, people saying you're bi is pan erasure.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, when it comes to that, I mean, like I've said before, I just, I don't just let it go. I'm like, no, they're like, I knew from the start, I'm like, they are two very different things. And like, you need to know the difference of these things, because it's like, yeah, while I'm not going to be totally offended by, you saying that to me, the next person you meet might be offended. So it's like, if I am going to be that person to teach you why they're different and how they're different, then that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Because the next person may not be so, nice about it. But the one thing I do find interesting when it comes to that is like, in the acronym for the LGBT community, there is no pansexual representation.
Unfortunately not. It's the plus, unfortunately.
The acronym. Yeah, I know. Which I've always found interesting. Because I feel like the pansexual community is getting bigger and getting more well known, and so it's I found that I have found that interesting for a number of years.
I kind of can agree to that, and yeah, now that you mention it, I'm like, huh, why? Because pan is one of the terms, I guess, or the communities within the LGBT that's at this point most commonly known too.
Right. And a lot more people are identifying that way. Like even celebrities are coming out and saying it. And I feel like it's because those like more popular celebrities are coming out and saying like that they're pansexual that it's gained even more attention in recent years.
It's just, again, what happens too is part of it is the advent of the internet, especially during COVID times when people were stuck at home, not being able to do anything, and then being bombarded, I guess, with so much different information, which is good, both a blessing and a curse, because it's a blessing because you learn so much more about everything. That's how I came to be myself, but also it's a curse because then the loud minority that hates everything that's too different get louder and louder, and it allows them a platform to get louder and louder as well.
That is a good point.
He committed suicide. Okay. it was his time to go. That's all I can say on that. This is one thing that I can say in regards to suicide, and it's a weird way to put it. But if you feel it's your time to go, I'm not gonna say don't do it, I guess. Like, you've been strong enough to endure life to this point. If you feel it's your time to go, then that's okay, kind of thing. And that's mostly, probably I'm a little bit weirder on that aspect because I've had, my partner has been, like, in the past, before I met them, was a suicidal person. So we do have a slightly skewed mentality on it, right? But yeah, I don't know. Brendan Urie from, I don't know what it is, come out as Pan a while ago. Possible?
Yeah, I'm not
Possible.
sure.
How do I handle biphobia and panphobia, including the erasure of pansexual experiences? Probably in the exact, like, it hasn't happened to me, again, because it's not at the forefront of my identity. People are more likely to attack me in regards to my transness more so than anything. But I honestly do the exact same thing that I do with my transness. So I've gotten many bad comments online for who I am, and I just literally, like, so many people have told me not to block out their names so those people can get blasted, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna block out their names. I'm gonna be respectful of that at the very least. Like, you all don't need to go hassle them, but like, no, this is who I am. You can't change that, no matter how hard you want to try to change it. Even if you try to bully me, I'm not going to go back in the closet. I'm out of the closet. I'm so fucking happy to be out of the closet. I'm so much more myself. So I'd handle it probably in the same way. It's like, because I do block their names and post it online. It's not to make people feel pity for me. It's to make people realize that the LGBTQIA2S+ is under attack right now, and has been under attack for quite a number of years at this point. So being able to bring my personal experience out, I guess, to help explain, hey, this is happening, is very important to me.
Yeah, and you're not the only, like, person I see doing that. I see lots of other trans people getting, asked the same thing by, the haters, like, oh, why are you, being so, like, out about it? And they're like, because the community is under attack right now, and if I can help, and I'm trying to get you to realize that, so that maybe you can make a difference.
Someone on Facebook that gets a lot of flack and does do that, and is obviously a much bigger creator than me, is a trans skater boy wife or something along those lines. Anyways, their name is Eddie, and he basically goes by he, him, but also is a femboy. So he's like, he literally does not care what pronouns people use for him, because he doesn't feel attacked by it as much, but does do like me and literally takes the comments and, like, shows it to the world. Hey, this is happening.
Yeah.
People are shit. What is my favorite pan character from media?
So, Imperial, when you say that, do you mean, like, a real life person? Or, like, or a not, or, like, their character in, like, the show or something?
Media, I'd say, mostly covers like comic books, TV shows, and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Usually, anyways. But you can feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I feel like not a lot, like, when it comes to if a character is, like, pansexual or whatever their presentation is, unless they, like, say it somewhere, it's,
or showcase it by being with multiple partners.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be, like, implied in some way. That's the thing. Yeah, fictional. there. I don't. That's the thing. I don't know of many like pan characters.
I've seen more trans media than I've seen pan media on my end.
Right. Yeah, and I've seen more, like gay and lesbian media than.
Yeah, now that I've tried to, now I'm curious. I'm gonna Google it. Is there any like? There has to be pan media somewhere.
Well, I'm wondering if Korra from The Last Airbender is considered pan, because I know she ended up with a woman at the end, but.
And she did like the boys at some point. So yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Although that could also be bi.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only one that comes to my mind that could remotely be pan.
Yeah. On my end, I didn't really fully Google there, but off the top of my head, I can't really say again because I don't watch much TV. And in terms of games, it's not real. Usually, someone being pansexual is not at the forefront. At least not in the games I've been playing. Which is always something that I find really weird with Persona games. It's like, no, you can only date the women. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's one, and that's something that the Persona community has been asking for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like why can't we, like why is it only like straight relationships?
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, it's not like Atlas is like a gay hating company. Like they've even like, because they go and they've fixed some of the scenes that were not like appropriate.
Ooh, nice.
Like there was one in Persona 5 that they rewrote.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yep. And then
I'm still kind of miffed that they didn't change the one in P4G. I don't think you got to that point, but there's one scene in P4G. I'm like, fuck you.
Well, they are. Well, don't forget, P4 Revival is coming out.
Ooh, so that's true. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah, so we'll see if they fix it in that one, because in Persona 3 they did have a scene that was very like, I mean, it was pretty much a transphobic scene. And so when I got to that section in Reload, I was like, okay, let's see what they did with this. And luckily they completely rewrote it. It's not even remotely the same. And
Good.
Thank God for that, because I was dreading when that scene was going to come up, because like,
again, it was kind of a trend of the 90s and 2000s to bring awareness to the LGBTQ community, but it was usually done in a bad light, unfortunately.
Right. Oh, I forgot about this one. Deadpool.
Oh, you're right. Fuck's sakes.
That is my favorite one. I fucking love Deadpool.
You're right on that one.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, Deadpool is pan. Now that you mention it, and I'm like, oh, right, you're right. He is pan. He's so... Wait, give me a sec.
I love Deadpool. I think they even mentioned that in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. Well, or not in the movie. I literally
have a thing that we got from Dollarama. It's not a pan flag, mind you, but it is literally Deadpool with a rainbow in his hand.
Oh, I love that!
I don't know how well you see it on stream, mind you, but...
That's great. I love that.
I don't know why I didn't think about Deadpool, to be honest.
But the other one that comes up in my search, Asterion.
Yeah, I can see that. I haven't gone that far into Baldur's Gate 3, but I can definitely see that. Yep.
Yep. And,
you're not aware of any pen characters that you know about and have tried telling me about some and educating people on some?
Klaus from Umbrella Academy listed, yeah. If anyone's seen Umbrella Academy, Klaus is listed in there too. And
nice.
I've seen the first two seasons, and yeah, I agree with that.
Deadpool is your homie. He's great. He's great. They tried playing Deadpool as pan more of a joke in the movies than taking it seriously. Possible? I think I've seen the first and second. I don't think I've seen the third.
But out of that list, Deadpool's my favorite for sure.
I agree.
I love it.
Makes sense that the edgy vampire boy is Pan. Yeah. I don't know Klaus, though. Yeah, in the movie
well,
they tried to make it funnier, but it is canon.
Yeah, it is canon. Absolutely. I mean, that movie was meant to be more of a comedy than anything. I love the movie, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I forgot that Deadpool is a canon Pan character.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Oh my gosh. So I have 3 more questions on my list. So chat, your job, while we go on another ad break, is to think of questions. Yeah, the ads are starting in 3-ish minutes, so we might as well run them now before we start another deep conversation.
Yep, I'll take another potty break then.
Sounds good. We'll be right back. Oh, right. We're back. Welcome back. I hope you all had a good pee break, got something to eat or drink. Right, Mel?
Well, I mean, I would love some food, but I mean,
Blowfish, please go get your queen some food.
he doesn't need to.
Yes, he does.
No,
He's got to
paid
treat his
for-
queen good.
Well, okay, well, he cooked dinner tonight, and he also bought dinner yesterday. So I mean, I can't really, complain.
Fair. You already cooked for her. Then get her some leftovers. It's fine. Sorry if you all touched on this earlier, but are the bisexuals still super salty about us dividing the community? I haven't heard of that personally. Have you?
I honestly
Because
haven't
you've been more on the pen by labels much longer than I have.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't say like that. At least in my experiences, did I ever like hear of someone, being mad at pansexual people for dividing the community? Like I've actually never heard that.
Interesting. Okay.
Although again, I haven't been involved in like the local community in quite some time, but
fair. There were some massive threads on Tumblr of
Tumblr.
BIS. Oh, bullshit, renting. Oh, bias. Okay, renting like a lot of them. Maybe just a Tumblr thing. Maybe because
like old.
Oh, is it?
That's the
Okay.
other thing. Tumblr is like old.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't seen it on Facebook. I haven't seen it on Instagram. I haven't even seen it on Reddit. My God, I had a blank on Reddit either.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe it was a Tumblr thing from back in the day.
Maybe.
Because I can't say
Like, is it still ongoing right now on Tumblr for those kinds of things?
Is Tumblr even still around?
I'm assuming it is.
I have no idea, actually.
I need to get a new filter for your respirator. Do it. But yeah, that's personally the first I hear of that, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So pansexual people are sometimes incorrectly thought to be attracted to everyone. How would you explain that having standards and preferences is still part of your identity? And while you think on that, you're the old 37. I'm also 30. Well, about to be 37 in September.
I'm gonna be 36. We're all old.
We're all old. No, Ollie's not that old. He's like only like 32. It's fine.
Yeah, he's young. He's he's BB over there.
Fair. Then like even older queers on there being super mad at the younger queers just checking the general consensus. The older queers do tend to have...
They're like set in their ways.
They are. So they're not... I think I don't know. I touched on it a little bit with the queer walk and talk earlier. How... because I did have a conversation about pansexuality and bisexuality on the queer walk and talk earlier. And the question was posed, what's your definition of bi and pan? And I obviously went with the current definitions for bi and pan, which bi is you love two of any gender, not just male and female, but any gender, which is a newer way to explain bi, because obviously language evolves, especially with the LGBTQIA2S+ community now having more than just two genders, right? Because I even say, even to that, I can still say that, because if you were trans, especially back in the 70s and 80s, you were fully transitioning to the other gender. There was not, like, non-binary and the in-between didn't really exist at the time.
No, it did not. No, it did not.
So you either loved men or women, and that was it. But now with newer terminology, where there's more than one gender, bisexual is both, right? So, or sorry, two genders, any gender. So I think it's more of a older queer thing, Lee, not wanting to adapt with the newer terminology as language evolves and has more and more labels happen. That's my take on it. But
well, it's not even, well, I mean, when it comes to that, it's not even just like the queer community. Like, you see older people not wanting to like learn the new languages and the new terms and stuff that, you know, the newer generations are coming out with. Like me, I think 6'7" is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You don't like 6'7"?
No! I hate it. Like, and I literally ask people, I'm like, what does it mean? And they say, it means nothing. I'm like, then why is it a thing? Like, I don't get it.
I knew, Debbie, you were gonna pipe up on that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, Ollie did too, as you can see.
Yup.
Because he knows how much it bugs me.
Yup. Oh. 8, 9, sure.
I love
proper,
that.
Proper PPE is important, especially when you work with lots of... Yes, 100%.
Welcome in,
Because,
Hebra.
we existed, though, just not talked about mainstream. Yes, exactly, because...
Yeah, that is true. Also.
Two-spirit indigenous people are nothing new. They've existed for a very long time. They were just not at the forefront. Thank you for correcting me, Lee.
I do want to mention, though, when it comes to two-spirit people, I did not learn about that until well into college. When they talk about like the Native American people in school, they don't mention that at all, like ever. So, which I think they should, because it's a very interesting aspect. I think, anyway, about Native American culture. I was like, that's so interesting. When I first heard about it, I wanted to like learn more about it.
Yeah.
But like, so, and like the fact that they don't talk about it in school makes me very angry.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because it's like you take a look at so many different like two-spirit, or even in Mayan culture, 3 of the main gods in Mayan culture are some kind of trans individual, whether they can fully change at will their gender or whatever. And in Greek mythology, which is funny because I've brought this up quite a few times, this was one of the first times in Greek mythology that I personally heard the term hermaphrodite, which was from this book called Gods, Demigods, and Demons, an encyclopedia of Greek mythology. And one of the people talked in this book is Salmacis, which is a... I just want to make sure I remember exactly which kind of nymph she is. Come on, where's the S's? There's the S's. I just lost the page we were at.
I agree with you.
Okay, it doesn't say what kind of nymph she was. It just says she was a nymph. Regardless, it says she was a nymph that essentially fell in love with a man that didn't want to be with her, and she wished for the gods to make her permanently with that man, and that hermaphrodite, which was his name, and then the god, being gods, fused them together in one single body, sharing the body of both. So having both either genitals or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how the term hermaphrodite came to be.
I never knew that. See, we're all learning so many things today.
What's going on, Hebra? It's Pansexual and Panromantic Day of Visibility. So as both pansexuals here, Mel and I are having a panel, pun intended, or unintentionally intended, because we only learned about it today, talking about our experiences and answering questions, and then the community asking questions as well.
And we totally veered off the track of the last question, so I don't even remember what
I'll
it was.
have to re-ask it, it's fine.
Yeah.
As part of the younger crowd, you can say you don't think you have ever had any issues with the older crowd. You're probably lucky. And it depends on where in the older crowd you're talking about, too. Because generally speaking, like, we talked about this a little bit earlier, too. It's often a very loud minority, is what you have to think too when you're on the internet and you're getting all this hate. It's a very, very loud minority. It's a minority. Most people either don't care or are for people having their rights. So it's very rare that you'll actually see people that, like, no, you're not allowed. It's just they're very, very fucking loud. Why does 786? Because 689? That does not make sense, Solly. Heart to you too, Lee. You gotta say 67 is so dumb and you hate it. Fair. Waiting for
I'm with
waiting to find your guy. Yeah, I mean, Mel might be hiding a few of the guys right now because I put her at the forefront because I didn't want people to not see Mel in all her beauty. Who is the Rayquaza? Millie, I believe?
Yes, I think
Doesn't
Millie
matter.
is the Rayquaza.
Nosferatu is turning your stomach, not sure you to recommend. I mean, I can imagine being a vampire movie, there's a lot of blood. 689, I think you got the joke wrong. Anyways, the question was, pansexual people are sometimes incorrectly thought to be attracted to everyone. How would you explain how would you explain that having standards and preferences is still part of your identity?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to date just anybody, for one. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I, of course, have my own standards and deal breakers as to, dating somebody. And when it comes to being pansexual, it's not really about attraction. Well, I shouldn't say it's not about attraction, but it's more about attraction to, like, the person as a person rather than, like, their physical attraction. So I mean, it's kind of a
I mean, pansexuality is technically no, never mind.
Yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, just because I fall in love with someone's personality doesn't mean everything else about them falls to the wayside. Like, I do have my deal breakers when it comes to people, and like I said before, I have to, like, vibe with them, and and they have to. Well, I need a lot of reassurance and stuff, but they have to be able. They also have to be able to give me what I need too. So it's not just like, oh, if I like your personality, I'm gonna date you. Like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, and that's why I touched earlier. Other than just personality, for me, what was important was also morals and values that are similar to mine. So exactly, like, sure, pansexuality in general still encompasses us being attracted to everyone in a sense, because that's the technical definition of it. But no, everyone within the pansexuality and panromantic circles do have their own standards and preferences, just like anyone else has standards and preferences. Just like someone might like redheads more than they like blondes or brunettes. Right. It's the exact same way. It's not just because that we're attracted to everyone that we're necessarily going to be attracted to that one, to everyone. Like, personally, yes, I like redheads. I'm not necessarily going to run after redheads, but like,
Oh,
but like at the end of the day, I am still technically attracted to redheads.
well, I
So
learned
there's-
something new about you, Nerpy.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't know
You
you
th-
were into redheads. Apparently, I'm into blondes. So, blonde robot girls.
Oh, nice. Which I always
Yeah,
find
like-
funny because David's sense of attraction was completely different from
Yes.
what I look like. Because David is attracted to think basically Middle Eastern. So
Okay.
basically brown hair, brown eyes, and those kind of things.
Well-
I'm here being blonde and blue-eyed.
Well, I say this to Ollie
And
all
small.
the time. Like in Connecticut, there are no Filipinos, or at least
No.
like none that I know about. So when I started dating him, the attraction was pretty immediate. And I'm like, well, apparently I have a type, and it's Filipinos. So here we are.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
just gonna
we
catch up
learn
on
new
chat.
things about ourselves.
Exactly. Just gonna catch up on chat. I also found the quote that pissed off a lot of bigoted Star Wars fans about Sister and by Anakin. The Jedi are all about transcending things. You don't think we can complain if you've transcend? Really? That is literally something Anakin says in the series. I love it. There's nothing wrong with loving the same gender that you are, though as a gay guy, you don't care, you just let them be them. I agree.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with loving any gender.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't the blood that bothers you, it's other things that cross lines for you. Gotcha. And yes, personality can definitely enhance other parts of a person, which is why as pansexuals, that's usually, and panromantics, that's usually like the main focus, in a sense. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's definitely at the forefront. Blonde robot girls and white-haired boys. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently, that's my type.
Nice. All right, 2 more questions. And actually, I'm gonna swap them because that makes more sense in terms of how they are asked. Yes, I'm changing the script. It's fine. Question number 14. What can allies or employers do to make the environment more inclusive and welcoming for pansexual individuals?
What can who do?
Allies or employers or both.
Oh.
Just people in general, I guess.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I have a good answer for this. Literally, just like be like. Well, kind of something like what you're doing, which is making putting themselves out there more. And one thing that actually an ex of mine did, I was of course out open and pansexual, and he was just an ally. So, but he actually bought a shirt off a website that said that he was like a proud ally of the community, which I thought was like really great of him to do. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
And he would have like people come up to him and ask like an ally of what, because I can't remember what the shirt said, but he would say, he's like, well, I'm an ally of like the LGBT community because my girlfriend is pansexual and stuff like that. So just doing something simple like that helps bring visibility
And awareness. Yeah.
and awareness to the community, especially if it's something like pansexuality, where it's still not I shouldn't say still not widely known, but not everyone knows what it is. So just being out and open about it. And that's part of why I like one of my tags on Twitch is it actually says pansexual woman. And I've had people come in the chat when they see that tag and they're like, usually they're not rude about it. Like not all my interactions have been rude.
No.
But people ask, they're like, They're like, oh, they're like, they're like, I noticed your tag, and they're like, I've never heard, pansexual before, and they're like, what is that?
Nice.
And I'm more than happy to answer the question, especially if they're being genuinely curious and not, fucking with me with the whole like, pans.
That's
like,
actually great.
Question. Yeah. So it's
I love wholesome interactions.
Yeah, so just being just bringing visibility to it is, helpful.
Yeah, I agree. And on my end, it's basically be more like my employer.
That's true.
That's my answer to that question. Be more like my employer.
Your employer, I'm still amazed at.
Yeah, no, my employer is great. Sure, they were the last ones that I came out to, but honestly, it's mostly because it was the place where it was going to be a little bit more complicated to do. Right? If that makes sense? Because here online on Twitch and just my family and friends, it's like, hey, I'm trans, whatever, and then answer their questions. At work, I knew I probably wasn't going to get as many questions, but then it was also getting in contact with HR so that they could get in contact. I just noticed I forgot my other sleeve when I went to the bathroom earlier. I was like, wait, this doesn't feel right. My arm isn't staying where it's supposed to stay. Yeah, so it was a little bit more complicated. So I had to get in contact with HR, who then asked me, do you want us to tell your manager, or do you want to tell your manager yourself? So I told them, you can tell him, that's fine. And so they had to tell my manager. And then technically speaking, from that point forward, it should have been my manager to advise the rest of the teams. He went on vacation, like right after that meeting, basically. And HR and the DIB team had told me, yeah, you can start using your new names and pronouns in your email signatures and whatnot. So when one of the team leads at the time came up to me and being like, old name, I know, I just need to ask, do you go by Dawn now? I'm like, yes. And then he was like, okay, I'll go inform operations of this because your manager's on vacation and did not let anyone know. So essentially at the end of the day, the kerfuffle of the manager telling everyone didn't happen, as it should have. Yeah. So it was kind of funny. Like, I did all those steps to make sure that it went as it usually should, and it still didn't. But everyone was accepting. So at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. It just caused a slight kerfuffle in everything. But no, honestly, yeah, I agree. Be more like one of your exes. Be more like my employer. Even if it's just wearing a pin that says ally.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. You know that game you have been playing that I told you about? You have 60 hours now? Nice.
Ooh, which game?
In your job, the company's terrible for this stuff? I'm sorry. And the part that I'm most confused by is that we are in Canada. Most people in Canada should be informed enough on all these aspects because it's literally in our charters of rights. Yeah. Like, you're literally going against the law if you're not being accepting, especially in a workplace environment. That could literally be reported to either HR, or I'm sure there's somewhere in the government where you can be like, hey, yo, this employer's shit, please fix them. Am I wrong though?
Well, I mean, technically, like, discrimination is illegal in, like, the U.S., so you can't be fired because of, like, your sexual orientation. Or
it still happens, unfortunately, and I'm sure it still happens here, too.
Yeah, especially since it's so hard to prove that that's what you got fired for.
Yeah. Helldivers 2 is fun, yeah.
I've never played it.
It's not a game that you play on your own. First
Yeah,
off.
that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
It's definitely not a game that you play on your own. It's definitely more fun with friends because then you accidentally kill each other and stuff like that. It's great.
Well, that's probably why I wouldn't play it. We all know I'm more of a solo game type of girl, so.
Fair. Dracula is better than Nosferatu. Perfect. Fair. One of your courses was about not hating trans people. Wait, within work? Oh my god. So they have the e-learnings for you to not hate on trans people, yet they're still hating on trans people.
Oh, probably.
Fuck's sakes. Got it 8. You got it 8 days ago and you have 60 hours? Oh my god. That's almost 3 days worth of those 8 days. Oh. All right. Last question that I had prepared, unless people want to ask questions. What is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is currently questioning if they are pansexual?
Oh, jeez. Well, I'm gonna give the advice that I used to give to teenagers back in the day. Which was, don't be in such a rush to put a label on yourself.
Yes.
I can understand that our society kind of,
Likes labels?
yeah, exactly. They like labels. They like to put things in boxes and, and things like that. They don't like gray areas.
They
Stuff
don't.
like that. And they like to be able to put an absolute label on things.
Yeah.
But you don't need to give in to the pressure to do. You have time to explore all these different things, and you never have to put a label on yourself either.
No,
it's
no,
not
100%.
It's not a requirement. It. And people are always changing and evolving and things like that. Because, we talked about how first, I labeled myself as bisexual, but that didn't quite. And then, that slowly changed and evolved into pansexual. And who knows? It could be something else in a few years if there's a new label I identify with. You don't know.
Labels evolve.
Yeah, exactly.
So even if you do choose one and you later question, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I came, essentially, I talked about coming out twice. Once as bisexual to everyone, and then again as pansexual to everyone. And it's not something you need to put on yourself, and it's definite. And you can't change. That's not how it works. So, but
are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. But if you're questioning it, then go out, explore, don't be afraid, and you'll find your people. You'll find your people.
On that front, I can fully agree. In the last year, I found my people.
I figured you would.
In the last year, I've found my people. I'd already found my people online, but definitely not in person. I hadn't gone out in person and made friends in 20 some odd years. I was literally a pre-teenager to teenager the last time that I went out in real life to actually try to make friends.
Well, we will meet one day, Nerpy.
Excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, on my end, honestly, you gave really good advice. It's okay to choose a label and to later evolve into another label. It's okay to not choose a label either. It's a little bit of the reasons why, when you were talking about gray areas, that there is a lot of hate for the trans community right now, for example, because within the trans community, there's also non-binary and all those gray areas that people hate. So it's okay to still think yourself as an in-between and not necessarily in those neat little boxes that people like. So it's okay to not choose a label. If you have if you must have a label, choose what feels best for you. Learn who you are. Yes,
That's
learning
good
who
advice,
you
Shay.
are. I agree, Shay. Learning who you are is definitely a multi-step process. It's not something that you wake up one day and you're like, oh, this is who I am now. It's
I'm a lesbian now.
yeah, like even myself learning that I am trans was not a one-day process. I was reading something called the Gender Dysphoria Bible, and because I wanted to be a better ally, and that's how slowly over the weeks of reading it that I discovered myself. And even once it was fully read, I didn't fully process all the information that I just took in. So it still took a little bit before I fully took on the label. So it's okay to just take your time.
Yep.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
And Imperial, I am actually going to be going to my first Pride Parade probably next month. So
I am so excited for you. When? Next week?
Excited. No, next month.
Next month. I am so excited for you.
Yes.
So even in the States who didn't never went to a Pride Parade?
So even though Connecticut was very open to the community, there wasn't really any organizations going on or that were formed, that did Pride. So, I've never really had a Pride to go to. It was just over the past couple of years that my town actually started a Pride organization.
Okay. So they weren't up to speed quite yet to make a parade. Okay.
Yeah. So and right now they are still small, but they are getting bigger. So like
nice.
Right now, usually for Pride they have like a get together somewhere, but where they're not
That's
up
nice.
to they're not up to a parade.
It's kind of like our queer walk and talks that we've been doing.
Yeah.
Just small gatherings with the queers.
Yeah,
nice.
So that's pretty much at the stage they're at now. I've never been to like a whole big like citywide like Pride event. So of course Toronto has one.
Yes.
In the gay village area, and me and Ollie
I'm so excited.
Me and Ollie talked about going.
No. You didn't talk about going. You are going. I'm sorry. I'm talking on behalf of Ollie here. You are going. Ollie, bring her. If you don't want me to come over here and kick your ass, make it happen.
Well, I have been looking at very, over the top like rainbow dresses that I would like to wear, for us to go. So we'll see. So I'm very excited.
And even if it's not a rainbow dress necessarily, just wear yellow, blue, and the pinkish colors of the pan flag. It doesn't have to be like a specific rainbow dress. You can take bits and pieces of different items and have them make the flag.
Yeah, but I actually have a small pan flag in my car.
Yes.
That I always have with me. Usually at cons or something, I'll have my hair pulled back in like a clip or something, and I like stick the flag in my hair clip, and I'll walk around the cons, and a lot of times I get comments saying like, "Oh, I love your flag. I'm pan too," and I'm like, "Yay!" I'm like, "We love to see that." And there was actually one year, I was just sitting and like having like coffee or something, and I had the flag in my hair, and this girl walks up to me and she gives me this like pan heart sticker, and she's like, "Here, this is for you." She's like, I like that you're out here supporting us fellow pancakes out here. And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Thank you so much."
That is so cute.
That was one of the sweetest things that I've ever had happen to me at
That is the first time that I hear the term pancake to represent pans.
Well, that makes me also like think back to the question you asked about like the safe spaces. I have always 100% felt safe at a convention. whether
Honestly,
it was
same.
yes, and like not and so I've been going to Kineticon for like 10 plus years, and
Oh,
that is
wow.
the one place, that is the one place that I have 100% felt safe being completely who I am. I can wear whatever
Yeah.
I want, look like whatever I want, represent whatever I want, and nobody is going to say shit about it.
Yeah.
And if anything, I have the pan flag on me every time. And, I get more and more people coming up to me saying, hey, I love your flag. I'm pan too, and stuff like that. And that is just so heartwarming to me.
It is.
That, people are, because people feel safe being open about themselves when they see someone else doing it. Which is, another great thing. So I love that I can do that for people, at a convention.
I haven't, like, I do have something that says I'm safe on my bag. You know what a meeple is, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah, I have one in trans colors.
Okay.
But it's so small that people probably don't even notice it, is my issue personally, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my way of being like, I'm safe. Come talk to me. You've been telling her to go? Good.
Yes, he has been.
Did you have
he's
any...
gonna have to take me.
Yes, he will. Do you have any other questions, Mel, that you thought of as we were having this discussion that you would like to now pose?
Not
before we end off.
So. I usually ask the questions as they came to me, because otherwise I was gonna forget.
Fair. I kind of did the same, so completely valid, and I'm assuming chat did about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for joining me. That was fun.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I mean, I know this came about, because I just threw it out there one day after you became like an It Gets Better creator, but
yeah, you threw it out there, and I was like, okay, the date is the 24th of May. Can you do it?
That's literally how this happened. But I'm glad the move happened, and I was able to get set up again in time, to do it. So
now you're gonna start streaming again, right?
Not yet.
Darn.
Well, technically, Nerpy, this is my first stream.
I suppose that's true.
On someone else's channel.
How does it feel?
Well, not too long ago, it still hadn't hit me yet that I live here now.
Yeah.
And then for some reason the other day when I went to go pick up Ollie, I was just sitting in the car driving, and just out of nowhere it hit me. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I live here now. This is my life now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And I also shouldn't say this is my first stream on someone else's channel, because I've done streams with Ollie before.
Technically.
So, yeah.
But you live with him, so it's kind of hard to not be on his stream, I think.
Well, not only that, but like before when I was just visiting, like we've had a couple streams together.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Like
I'd count those.
Yeah, like the very infamous birthday streams we've had. Like when I surprised him on his birthday. I don't think anyone's gonna forget that.
Nope.
And then of course when I had my birthday in Canada last year. I don't think anyone's
God,
gonna
time
forget
flies.
that.
Wait, how long have you been with Holly now?
Almost. It's gonna be 3 years in September.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's how long.
So you all got together around the same time I came out then.
Yeah, but we've known each other longer.
Yes, because I've known you and Holly for
a while.
Close to 5 years now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chaos Crew started about 3.5 to 4 years ago.
Mm.
Jesus.
Has it really been that long with the Chaos Crew? That's crazy.
Yeah, it has.
Don't we
my bot is off at the moment, Shay. Because usually if my bot is on, it automatically shouts everyone. So you're gonna have to click on your name to see the date.
Do we have a Chaos Crew coming up?
I don't think we had planned anything, no.
No? Okay. I thought
I'd
we
have
did.
to double check just to make sure. But
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
um, hmm.
I thought maybe. Oh, the 27th, I think.
Did we say on the
Looking in the chat.
27th?
Yeah, looking in the chat, I said I could do the 27th, but I'd back out if I wasn't ready.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so
And that's on Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. So that's in like 2 days.
It is, yeah, technically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready to close off. Again, thank you for joining me. I really had fun with this discussion.
Yeah, I did too. I'm glad. I actually wasn't sure if we'd get through all the questions, considering how you and I go off the rails sometimes and get, naughty and talk about butt stuff and all that.
True.
But
Especially when I mentioned it earlier.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for joining me, and I'll drop out of the call now, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.
And I will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm just going to catch up on chat real quick, and then we're going to prepare our raid out. Because I know I've missed quite a little bit of chat, because I saw it zooming along. 100% Silksong and 500 hours on Hollow Knight, plus you have 120 hours on Silksong. Hollow Knight's amazing, though, and Silksong is too. I haven't finished Silksong yet, though. Just search it up. You have over 20 days in Hollow Knight. Yeah, that makes sense. A friend asks you to walk in a Pride Parade with them in a full Mando armor this summer. You're going to do it. Do it. Make sure to keep yourself cold, though, or cooler, please. Because I know how warm those get. Yes, you will be dying in that suit. At least it's not one of your kits with 60 pounds worth of gear, at least. Yes, from Star Wars Zebra. You've been telling her to go? Good. Yeah, Afra does Star Wars costuming. Bleh. It is really cool, I agree. Yes, join those 501st. Hi, Joseph. How much does the norm cost? Expensive. Expensive. Who allowed me to be this cute all the time? Myself. That's an unfortunate date, 1/6/25. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that to me, Shay. Still love you so much, Shay. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. No, this is not a 24-hour stream. We're about to end. We're like 15 minutes early, but we're about to end. There's someone who made their fursona with little fans to keep them cool on hot days. Yes, my fur friends that I've made through the con scene either have neck fans, or they also have fans that they have around their neck that they put in the mouth of the head to help keep cooler. But yeah, so tonight I checked real quick on Twitch with the pansexual chat tag to see if there was any other people doing something for Pan Day visibility. I didn't see anything specific, but I do see someone with the Pan tag at the very least that I can go raid out to. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go see someone with the Pan tag at the very least. Aries to Fairies with pronouns Fair, it seems, playing some Bayonetta. Oh, yes. Yes, Gen 6 is... Yes, it is. Legs and... Oh, legs and arms also have fans? Nice. Yeah, you do have a cooling vest and more. You are definitely one of the better prepared people that I know for handling the heat. But yes, this scene. Mel got first. Congrats, Strix. I forgot to say it earlier. I apologize because we went almost straight into the chat, but thank you for the 62 months resub. You didn't have to, I promise, but I really do appreciate it. That's it for the thank yous for today. Other than our typical stuff, so thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you, Mel, for doing this with me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Oh, right, none of my commands are gonna go through. Because my bot is not live. Socials. I have to type them out myself. Socials. Throne. Merch. Oh, no, even if I do it myself, it's not going to work. Hey. It's fine. I didn't need them. Socials, Discord, main big place to find me. You're just not going to have the links. I apologize. Discord, main big place to find me. You can find the actual invite to the Discord down in the About Me section on the TV. If you click on the TV, it's going to bring you to the Discord. As for Instagram, other socials, I have Instagram and Facebook. I don't actually have Facebook down below, but if you search Facebook Nerapi, you're going to find me. And on Instagram, it's going to be Nerapi TTV. That one you can find in the About Me section as well. Throne, again, search up Nerapi, you're going to find me. Same for merch. Merch will be on Redbubble. It's going to be the Glade, if I remember correctly, although we're going to be working on switching over to Fourth Wall soon, because Fourth Wall has a lot of integrations with Twitch, so that's really, really cool to me, so that's what we'll be doing. And then the raid message, I'll have to type it out in just a second. See what the fairies have rated your Glade on this Pan Day of Visibility. Alright, let's copy that. So we're gonna go see Aries to Fairies, and the raid message, the fairies have raided your glade on this Pan Day of Visibility. Thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate you. And I will see you all on Tuesday for hopefully some Baldur's Gate 3. If not, then we'll play some more Persona. Bye-bye!